Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. This morning's topic is going to be removing the triggers. Think about that. Guys, remember, if you like the content, please subscribe. Guys, removing the triggers, what it means is after the narcissistic relationship is over or has ended, you're going to find out that you're triggered in many ways. Things are going to remind you of the narcissistic relationship and of the narcissist in general. Could be things like songs, places you went to, experiences you had. It could be many different things. But these triggers, at the beginning, they're going to be difficult to go through in a process. But throughout the healing path, you're going to understand that the triggers, you need to minimize these, and you need to find a way to process them. So an example would be, let's pretend that you just turn on Spotify or something, and there's a song that comes up that reminds you of the narcissist or the time you had with the narcissist. Well, you can turn that off. That's beautiful. And then you understand that that is a trigger for you, and that song or that takes you back to a time. So that's a trigger. You can stop that. But let's pretend that you go to a store, and it's a store that where you used to go with the narcissist. That's going to be a huge trigger because of all the times you went there and what you did and what the experiences you had. So maybe in that case, you don't go to that store, you go to a different store. Do you see where I'm going here? What you need to do is you need to minimize your exposure to the triggers. Now, there are many different ways you will be triggered, ways you haven't even thought of yet, and ways that triggering can happen. Other ways that you could be triggered that you may not even have thought of would be like, let's pretend emails. Maybe you guys shared the same email, or the narcissist used your email for certain things. Like, let's pretend it's a subscription to some service, or it's school, or things like that. These things, they will come in waves, meaning like in the beginning, you're going to be getting all these emails, and it's going to be like, wow, I don't want to see this again. It's got something to do with the narcissist. And the last thing you want to be doing is to be seeing, hearing, or having anything to do with the narcissist. So these are triggers. These are real life examples that happened with me. But then, so what you do with those emails is if they're no longer relevant to you, you block them or delete them or put them in trash. No problem. This is great. But you're going to find, and keep in mind, I'm almost a year out of the relationship. Still, some old emails surface. Some things like they'll ask you, hey, do you want to renew this subscription? And I look at this, happened to me yesterday, and I'm like, wait a minute, I already canceled that. I know I did last year. And I'm not suggesting anything other than maybe I didn't cancel it. Or maybe they just didn't remove me from the email list, and they want to know if I want to resubscribe, or, for the service, whatever it is. These things happen, and they happen more frequently than you think. Now, I'm not suggesting you change your email address. You can do that, but you don't need to do that. Do what's best for you. But the triggers, anything that you can control, you need to control, meaning don't open yourself up to being triggered. So more examples would be, let's say that you are talking with somebody, and the person you're talking with is not a flying monkey, but they know of the narcissist. Maybe they don't know the narcissist directly, but maybe they know of the narcissist, or of your relationship in the past. Either way, and maybe they innocently just walk up and you're talking with them, and they're like, "Hey, whatever happened with blah blah blah?" And you're like, "You got to be kidding me! I don't want to be dealing with this. I don't know you that well, but I don't really want to be thinking about the narcissist or my relationship, and I certainly don't want to be explaining myself." So that's another way. And believe me, that the 5 degrees of separation, that we're all separated by 5 degrees of people or something like that, that's completely true, 100% true. So that could be a trigger also. Or just seeing certain things, like pretend you turn the TV on. Again, I don't watch TV or movies or any of that stuff, but maybe you guys do. And maybe you just turn a TV on, and then there's a certain team playing a certain sport, and you're like, oh my God, that was the narcissist's favorite team. That could be a huge trigger. Sporting events can be huge. Or main things like, things that you used to do together, like events. So that's not even counting, you guys. Holidays, birthdays, things like that. Those are triggers. Now, for me, again, personally, Halloween's coming up. That used to be my favorite holiday. It's no longer my favorite holiday because I was discarded on October 29th last year. No problem. I'm okay with that. I'm super strong, and I'm feeling super, how do I say it? I'm empowered. I'm feeling great. But these are triggers, and you need to be aware of that, and you need to prepare for it. The point of this video is to let you know that any way you can possibly remove triggers from your life post-narcissistic relationship, I strongly suggest you do that. You want to minimize the ability to be triggered. And this could be with anything you're watching, where you're going, who you're talking to, the books you're reading, anything. You never know when a trigger will happen. It could be a place you went to. It could be, watch this one. Maybe before you met the narcissist, you had certain things you loved to do. Whatever they could be, bike riding, going to the beach, watching a movie, whatever it was. And then you shared these things with the narcissist, and now no longer can you really enjoy them to your fullest ability because the narcissistic relationship ended recently, or not that far in the past, and it's kind of ruined for you. See, these could be triggers too. Now, I do believe in time, you will either regain those happy times back, like maybe right now, for example, for me, I used to go to the beach with the family all the time. I haven't been to the beach in almost a year, and I have no plans on going there for a while, but eventually I will, and because I'm still healing on that part, I'm just not strong enough to go to the beach yet. That's me. But I know what triggers me and what doesn't, so that's an example. But what I'm saying is you can regain your territory back. Like, I'm gonna regain the beach back soon enough, when the time is right. But that's an example. So the suggestions for this video are triggers will happen. You never know where, when, how, but you do know why. And the reason why is because the narcissistic relationship you were in. And let's be real, that was one heck of a ride you went down. That path with the narcissist, you did not know what to expect, and it was a very, very difficult time. It really was. So the triggers, again, I just want to remind you that if you can control them, like changing your location, don't frequent where you used to go with the narcissist, all the things, basically start new habits and new patterns and new ways to go about your day. This will minimize your triggers. It really will. But you need to know what's best for you. And triggers do happen. They happen more frequently. If the relationship just ended today, let's say, you're going to have triggers for a while. And it's just tough love, but it's real. Until you get the education, the empowerment, and the enlightenment and understand exactly what you went through with the narcissist. Now, as time goes by, the triggers will dissipate. They will fade away more and more, and you'll have them less and less. But again, I do sincerely believe for the rest of your life, there will be certain times, events, songs, memories, whatever, that will trigger you. Like before I close the video, like maybe, let's say it's 5 years from now, and maybe you're having a conversation with somebody, and they'll say something to you, and it brings you back to when you were with the narcissist. Well, that person's innocent. They don't know what's going on, but they said something that you had totally forgotten about, and you're like, oh my God, and you freeze, and you think, and you're like, wow, that just took me back. And the person may be like, are you okay? Is everything all right? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. I was thinking back a past memory. See what I mean? These things will happen. They will happen to me, and they will certainly happen to you as well, but less and less frequently as time goes by. So this is a friendly reminder. Be careful, protect yourself, minimize the triggers in your life, but understand that they will be there. They will certainly be there for the rest of your time on the planet. They will just become more and more minimized as time goes by. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I love doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. God bless you. Namaste. I love you all. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.